Imagine not being able to read, looking at words, and not knowing what it says, not recognizing the letters or the words. What if it's important information, or how to take your medicine, or when does the next bus comes, where to find a hospital? Not being able to read. Think about that. Pretty frightening. The World Bank recently reported that 70% of 10-year-olds in low and middle income countries are unable to read a simple written text. Around the world, 584 million children in low resource countries cannot read as well. We're facing a global crisis on learning. More than 50% of all children globally will not achieve the minimum reading skills by the time they complete primary school. So without new solutions, we risk leaving millions of children behind. Here at All Children Reading, we develop and implement and scale game-changing edtech solutions and tools to bring the gift of reading to children waiting to learn to read. And as a partner of the Global Book Alliance, we share the vision of a world where all children have access to quality books that they can use to learn to read, so they can read to learn, and develop a lifelong love for reading. We believe education in the 21st century must leverage innovation and technology to make this happen. Innovations like digital books, learning materials, which can increase availability, access, and use, while also strengthening the supply of reading materials in areas where books and libraries are not existent, or they're too expensive to print, or they're too remote areas where it's difficult to distribute these books. As a partnership between USAID, World Vision US, and the Australian government, All Children Reading acts as a sandbox for innovation. We absorb the risk of research and development of our edtech solutions to increase literacy by funding innovators who develop new open source solutions in reading. Over the past 10 years, we have supported the development of books in 50 languages, including books in local and national sign languages, which have been uploaded for free and are accessible digital libraries like the Global Digital Library, a flagship activity of the Global Book Alliance. We've learned that solutions like these high-quality digital books are real game changers, especially when they increase access to beautiful, engaging educational reading and learning materials for all children, especially those children who do not have access to educational schools, like girls who are not allowed to go to school, migrant or refugee children who have no access to school, children in remote or very low resource areas who lack schools and learning materials, children who don't have access to learning materials in the languages they speak, or children, especially children with disabilities, who don't have access to content in sign languages that they use and understand. Solutions like high-quality digital books can also significantly lower the cost of providing access to reading materials and boost learning outcomes by supplementing traditional learning environments in low-resource contexts. For example, in 2016, All Children Reading funded Little Thinking Minds to increase and create a digital library of self-paced, interactive Arabic reading materials to supplement the classroom learning in Jordan. Students went from reading an average of 1 book per year to over 104 during the life of the project, and make significant changes and gains in reading scores, especially girls. But how do we ensure that more children get access to high-quality digital books and learning materials like those in Jordan? To provide greater access and distribute high-quality digital content to more children, edtech solutions need to be open source and free. Furthermore, All Children Reading supported the development and launch of the Feed the Monster application, a smartphone literacy app in Arabic and English that was developed during the Syrian refugee crisis. The code for this application was uploaded into GitHub, where Curious Learning downloaded and adapted it. And today, Feed the Monster is available in more than 50 languages, including a recent version launched in Ukrainian to help the children increase access during the war. Last year, Feed the Monster, along with the Global Digital Library, were part of a 5-day intervention by the World Bank in northern Nigeria, where they distributed $40 smartphones that were preloaded with the apps and were distributed to 3,000 children. Reading outcomes improved within 5 days, with further outcomes continuing to improve month after month. Children are learning to read at a low cost, greater reach, with free, localized, open source content. So here at All Children Reading, we're really passionate about digital solutions to improve reading outcomes for vulnerable and marginalized children in low and resource contexts. And we are very proud to be partners of the Global Book Alliance to guarantee that children everywhere have the learning materials they need to learn to read so they can read to learn and develop a love for reading in their life. Don't sit down. Don't stay in the sidelines. Join us. Be part of the solution to get all children reading.